Alright, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a video on Apex mods again. Today's video is going to be on solos. I'm basically saying, we're going to be talking about a little bit of the problems around actually adding solos permanently. So yeah, if you guys haven't really been catching up with Apex recently, solos is actually back in the game now, but it's actually a limited time mode now, where we actually have trios and quads, and then we have a limited time mode of solos, which is great, in fact, because I think it's great to actually have these different options on what to play and everything, and I think it's nice that they did actually bring solos mode back because I really enjoyed it when it was on for the first, I think it was 6 weeks of the season. It's just really fun. I love the way that they've integrated everything. But there is a big problem that kind of like overcasts all of this with this season recently adding, quads mode and solos mode on top of the already duos and trios mode. And that is because obviously the queue times. That's a big thing that you can even see right now if you do try to play solos mode or even trios or quads at certain points of the day, especially if you're in like a region that is not very active, I guess you could say. It's very difficult to get into a game. I mean, I obviously go onto the London servers for me, and at probably about 11 o'clock at night, if I'm still playing then, it takes about 5 minutes to actually get into a game, which is pretty bad, and obviously, if you add on top of that, the skill-based matchmaking and stuff like that, obviously, they depend on that as well. The players are going to be segmented into different groups based on that as well, so maybe it might be a good idea if they actually make it so there is no skill-based matchmaking in Apex Legends casuals, so that they don't actually have to segment off the player base into these different skill based lobbies, and instead you just have everyone who's playing the game at that time just get funneled into these lobbies. It makes it easier overall to kind of fill these lobbies faster. And of course, when we have, say, solos, duos, trios, and quads, we need to fill these lobbies faster because we have twice the amount of modes that we need to fill. Now, of course, this is a big issue, and I think a lot of people can probably see this and probably seen it coming as soon as they announce like solos mode, like how they're actually going to do it. Apart from just completely removing skill-based matchmaking from the game, there are other ways to solve it. I think one of the big ones is by adding bots. Um, I think having bots in games, we already do have bots, if you don't know that already. They're called orientation matches. Basically, when you're very new to the game, you have these orientation matches, and they're just basically matches filled with bots. I think these matches should actually be implemented into Apex on a whole. So if you actually are in a specific skill set, like if they are going to continue using skill-based matchmaking, if you are in like a high skill level or like a low skill level, you'll be matched up with obviously real players of that skill, but also bots of that skill as well, which obviously would be pretty easy to do. There isn't things like building in Apex, so it's just abilities. And so you would have to code every character to use their abilities at certain times in certain situations. But apart from that, it's pretty simple, really. It's pretty simple stuff. They can easily do that. However, there is a big, massive contention around actually having bots in Apex and in any game, really, because there'll be a massive thing of, oh, did I actually kill an actual person, and is that fulfilling, or did I just kill a bot? And it's just like, wow, I just killed a bot, and I thought it was an actual person. So I think maybe there could be like a little like icon or something when you kill the person, the kill feed that basically lets you know that you killed a bot. Because sometimes it is hard to tell, and I feel like, if they want to solve all these problems, they're gonna have to kind of, solve them all, I guess. And I think that's how they could possibly do that. But another thing that they could do, if they want to go down a different pathway apart from the other two, is they could possibly make it so, like the maps that are on a like kind of like like clockwork, like every an hour and a half is a different map, they're gonna have two different modes of Apex, like duos and trios for an hour and a half, then an hour and a half of solos and quads. They could have that basically forever, going like that. And at least then they don't have to double the amount of like lobbies they need to fill. It just basically goes on a cycle. But then obviously the only problem with that though is that obviously if some people like to play only duos, then you're gonna have to wait an hour and a half sometimes to actually play that. And then is your map gonna be on that you like? Probably not. Then it's gonna be a massive thing. But there's three different ways to do it. I think just to summarize, the first one being completely removing skill-based matchmaking so that you can actually fill these lobbies easier and you have all of the 4 different lobbies of solos, duos, trios, and quads. The second option is to have bots, and obviously the kill feeds say that there's bots that you kill, so that obviously you can fill these lobbies with actual bots and not actual real people. It obviously in times where you can't fill the lobbies entirely. And then the final concept or idea is, of course, having it on a cycle of the 2 different modes at 2 different times. So, yeah, I would like to hear what you guys think about this. How would you fix this whole problem of solos mode and obviously quads mode coming as well? Because there is actually a leak of the new map where it actually showcases quads mode on the new map. So it looks like they're possibly going to be adding this stuff permanently, but we'll have to see. And honestly, I really like both modes now. I think initially I wasn't too fussed, to be honest, of quads mode, but actually I really like it now. I think it is very unique. I just think they need to kind of nerf and buff some of the characters a little bit, like Lifeline and Newcastle, to basically make it so it's a little bit more fair. Because right now it's literally just Lifeline in every team, basically. But yeah, I would like to know what you guys think about all this. How would you solve the problem? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.